Oops. Forgot to do the video. Oops. We're new here. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 119. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you guys. Love you all. Go to gigeconomyshow.com for everything gig economy related. We really, really would appreciate it. Also, just a reminder, the show, the picnic is this week, Saturday. If you're watching this live, then you'll know now, but if you listen to this after the fact, it'll be all done and you've missed out, so we'd love for you to join us. Sam says, tell Jesper to stop looking so grumpy.
I'm not grumpy.
She clearly was watching you. I want to thank our Patreon members: Keith from Indiana, Larry from Bowling Green, Samson from Grand Rapids, Steve from Colorado, Chris from Grand Rapids, James from Fort Collins, Bud from North Carolina, Tom Kelly from Houston, and Omar from Detroit.
And hi, Julia. Go to bed.
It's only 8 o'clock.
I know. It used to be 9.
Jesper's panicking right now. I'm not going to drop a very naughty word. If you go to our Telegram group, you can hear naughty words, not Julia, and jump in there, talk about gig work and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Rideshare Rodeo, Steve was on a little bit earlier. Hopefully he'll chime in. Check his show out. It's incredible. Go to uberliftdrivers.com or ridesharerodeo.com. And then the radio show this week, Friday from 7 to 9. We pumped it up that we were going to be back, and we were last week, but then we realized we have out-of-town guests coming in for the gig.
Too much stuff going on.
Yeah, for the gig picnic, and we are connecting with them on Friday night before the picnic, and so
it's going to be cool. We have, is it 3, possibly 4 from out of town coming in?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
So,
I know. Yeah, see, 1. I know for sure 3.
Right.
I don't know. There may be a 4th, but
so yeah, I think that it's gonna be some good stuff, and all the people that we have kind of met with now virtually for a long time, it's gonna be so awesome to meet you again and see you again. Obviously, some of the virtual ones we've seen many times in person, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, and if you are wondering, Jesper is gonna smoke some meat.
He is.
Yep. He is. You is?
I am.
You is?
I can talk about myself in third person.
Okay, that's fair. That's what a star does. So, yeah. So check it out. Jesper, do you have any stories from the road?
I have not, because I have not been out since
In 2 weeks? You haven't been out in 2 weeks?
No, not since my 800. Well, I was out once, but it was so slow, so I went home. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it was not nearly the same. So yeah, no, it was fun to drive that one time where I drove like tons of money, but you know.
Jesper's a little disenchanted from making all that money that one weekend.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, because my goal was to sit out and drive one day a weekend, make $100. That was my budget, whatever. It's like
but now you're like, that's lame.
Then I made $800 one weekend, and
I know.
like, and I'm not gonna drive 20 hours, right? But it's like, I don't know if I'm just gonna go out for $100.
Yeah, it seems like it's almost not worth it, right?
I know. Maybe it's just stay home.
It's $100 more than you had before.
Absolutely.
Tom says he's still on the fence for Saturday. Well, if Smoke Meats doesn't get you there, I don't know what will.
Yep.
All right, jumping into the news. Okay, so this one's incredible. This guy, let me get to my links over here. Let's see. What am I doing here?
That was fast, by the way.
I know, got right into it.
This is a good idea.
Okay,
I may want to do this.
So there's well, let's watch a TikTok first, and then we'll kind of read the article.
Then
so
we'll discuss it.
Yeah, this is about a guy that is circumventing the DoorDash system, kind of.
I just opened up a pizza restaurant on DoorDash, but what they don't know is that it'll be I just opened up a pizza restaurant on DoorDash, but what they don't know is that I'll be selling frozen Walmart pizzas out of my kitchen. First, I ordered a bunch of pizza boxes with our logo on it because we had to look professional. Then I went to Walmart to buy other frozen pizzas, but this random lady tried yelling at me to stop. But she couldn't do anything, so I went home and set up a few things on the tablet DoorDash sent me, and our restaurant was live. To get our first couple customers, I went to our competitor to steal some of theirs. We started getting orders fast, but the DoorDash drivers were mad at how long it was taking. But somehow, at the end of it all, everyone left 5-star reviews on the pizza, so I guess it worked. Comment what I should try next and follow for more.
Okay, so come to find out, this is not real.
Of course not.
It's fake, but it is kind of funny. I mean, clearly he got a DoorDash tablet.
Well, again, it's fake.
It is fake.
Right. So they made it just for the content.
Right. It says, so I'm just going to read it. DoorDash spokesperson told the Daily Dot in a statement that Booth Pizza has never been active on DoorDash and appears to be a social media prank. When I went to this guy's TikTok, by the way, every one of his videos has a couple million views on it. So This guy's good. He goes, however, DoorDash says, however, virtual restaurants are permitted on our platform and they must operate in accordance with local health and safety regulations, while also adhering to DoorDash's standard operating procedures, which include several food and safety and food handling requirements. So we remove restaurants operating out of a residential address unless they can demonstrate compliance. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I just thought it was funny. Seriously though, I wonder how many people actually fall for that kind of stuff.
They make such fake content like that every day.
But that one's definitely fake, and I bet you still. I mean, you got 5 million views. Or no,
absolutely.
I don't think he had 5 million, but he had a lot.
But people spread it because, oh, here, look at this.
Yeah.
And people don't actually think about a lot of the things they see.
Right. And if you would have gone to his account, he does a lot of prank ones anyways, then you would figured it out. But I don't know. I was kind of, when I saw that tablet and that sticker, I'm like, that seems legit.
Well, but the thing is, it doesn't do a close-up on the tablet. It could have been anything on that tablet. It could have been a screenshot.
True.
I mean,
Tyler says it's extremely easy to get on the DoorDash platform. They don't check anything. That's what I'm saying. I think that was a legit tablet and sticker. You don't believe it?
No, I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. You know, that's the thing. It didn't need to be real for the example. Right?
Of course.
It's a good story, I guess, but
it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny that we can talk about this and not someone that got shot driving Uber, like a sad story. So this is kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, this is great for DoorDash. I mean, it just brings, you know what I mean? It's a positive thing for DoorDash. So I think that's pretty hilarious. So, All right, moving on.
So this next one I think is pretty cool because it's the mail going off road.
Well, yeah, it's not really gig related. I just thought
No,
this lady is funny because this kind of reminds me of there's a guy that's in the Grand Rapids market that's a flexer, and he says, I never bring a package back. Everything gets delivered no matter what. So this video kind of remind me of that. So here we go. So for the audio people, she was driving her mail truck right on the grass on people's lawn because they were pouring cement and she needed to get around.
Correct. But I don't think that she got very popular when her boss saw that show, because they're not, obviously not supposed to, and she could have ruined the lawn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely. So it's like, tilt my camera down.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Ow.
Now he's breaking shit.
I am.
Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely doesn't want, or that definitely could ruin the lawn. I just like her tenacity of like, I don't even know if it was a woman. I didn't even look if it was.
It looked like a woman.
I wasn't even paying
but
attention
who
to that.
knows?
But I mean, whoever was delivering it, they're like, we're going to get this shit delivered. I don't care what I got to do.
No, true. But can you imagine what would have happened if this was like the recording of a flex driver or somebody else?
Yeah.
In like a private person in their vehicle? No.
I guarantee she probably got reprimanded because it went viral. So she got reprimanded. But I appreciate her tenacity. I'm glad that she was able to get her mail delivered.
But on the positive, on a different side though, that the cement pouring truck isn't supposed to be blocking the road like that.
I mean, it's weird. So I obviously drive for work, and I go through construction zones all the time, and it says no through traffic. But you got to be able to get through somehow, because what if there's an emergency?
Well, exactly. That's the thing. I mean,
they very rarely shut it off completely. So
this wasn't shut off. The cement truck was just in the.
Yeah, he probably was going to pour 5 minutes and then he was going to be gone.
Yes.
Which I've had that happen to me before, and I just turn around. I don't drive through people's lawns.
No.
Can you imagine the lawn guy driving through people's lawns? Like, fuck it. I got to get done. Like, I don't care.
Well, the lawn guy, he does it on his lawn tractor, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't weigh a ton, like 2,000 pounds.
I know.
So
I thought it was a funny joke. You didn't get it.
No, I didn't get it. What's the joke? Stop playing with your
He's
mic.
using his lawn tractor. He doesn't drive through with his truck. He just drives his lawn tractor through the lawn. No. See, you've been wanting to use that one, right? So there you go.
I realized I didn't put article for my name on the next one, so we can just jump into yours again.
Thank you so much.
Uber Eats and Nuro signed a 10-year deal to do robot delivery in California.
Yep.
In Texas.
So we actually talked a little bit about this at our radio show too, and it's, you can go back and listen to it too. But basically, the whole idea is that a company called Nuro and Uber Eats made a 10-year commitment to a 10-year deal to do robot food delivery in 2 cities, one in California and one in Texas, and not even the entire city, is part of the city. So where are they? So it is Mountain View, California, and Houston, Texas. And our co-host at the radio show were convinced that it's going to completely not work at all in Houston, Texas, because there's no way people are gonna want any of their food delivered with a robot. So for our audience who can't see, actually there's no image up. So Jason, I thought you were going to bring an image up of the Nuro. So Nuro,
it looks like an SUV.
So yeah, it's kind of like a low SUV. Obviously, the whole idea is that you've seen some other vehicles where you go up to it and there is different compartments all around on the outside of the vehicle. I guess this one here is all on the inside. You go up to it. I'm assuming you scan your phone or something, and then the bag opens and you get your food.
Yep.
There's room, according to this, there's room for 24 groceries bags in the compartments. It can carry a total of 500 pounds. But again, the whole thing obviously is that this is completely driverless. There's not even a room for a driver.
Really?
Yeah, no, there's not. So the vehicle can drive 45 miles an hour. Great for residential travel, but obviously not allowed at all to go on the highways. But as I said, the big difference here is for some of the other companies that are doing robot delivery today, they do have a safety driver. This one does not at all.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
There is no driver at all. So again, Neuro is valued right now at $8.6 billion, right?
Oh my god.
Founded by Dave Ferguson and I gotta kill his name, Juan Su, something like that.
Why do you call him a twat?
Well, I didn't. I don't know his name. Anyway, so there are two veterans of the Google self-driving car project that grew into become Waymo, which I think Waymo is gone now. I don't know. Something happened to that. So anyway, so they then out of that they grew Neuro, and is now doing this, which I think it's exciting.
It's the future. Here's the car. I brought it up. Look at how quick that was.
There you go. Good job.
Look at that thing.
There's the Neuro, and it's definitely the future. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about at the radio show what it's doing is right now. Obviously, this one here is it's going to take away delivery drivers, right?
Right.
And kind of kill some of those jobs, but it's not. I mean, gig has changed. Gig is an example of the whole employment industry is changing. Everything, what it means to be well, I shouldn't even say employee, a gig worker, a contract worker,
independent contractor.
What it means to make money, right?
Yeah.
The idea of making money is changing so rapidly that today you're delivery drivers, but then 10 years from now, Neuro is going to be doing a lot of the food delivery or whatever. But there's going to be other gig work. There's going to be other things that we're going to be doing. And all you have to do is just, as we always talk about, have all the many different buckets. I know later today we're going to talk about some other gig works, and the people are doing very, very well on some of these things that obviously you can't be doing this with robot. We'll talk about that later on. So,
well, what's interesting, what you're talking about is everything's going to evolve.
Absolutely.
Evolve. And it's funny, you're like, oh, you need different buckets, but like you don't want to do anything but rideshare.
Oh, no, true.
No, but that's totally fine. I don't want to do rideshare. I just want to do food delivery.
But understand though, what I do in my day job, I could easily do in gig.
Oh yeah. Right? Oh, you mean you're programming?
I'm a software developer. Right?
Yeah.
I could do that as according to the gig fashion if I wanted to. That's just not my setup right now.
Right.
But 5, 10, 20 years from now, could it be the only thing? Is it only available as gig? Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I bet every day that kind of work that you're doing is going to gig quite a bit.
Absolutely it is. Right?
Which you probably look at that and go, ooh, the rates that they're getting is way lower than I get paid. I don't know if I want to do that.
But what's happening though is my degree is from 85. No, 95. I have a computer science degree from 95. Anyways, that job has changed from just being programming into more and more strategy.
Okay.
So my job is way more, doing the programming, doing the programming to more of problem solving. People come to me and say, I have a task I need done.
Yeah.
Could you help me make this automatic? Or could you help me do this to remove the human element for error or whatever that is, right?
Right.
And so my experience will help determine how to do it, and then I can write it all up how I want it done, and I can hand the specs to a developer and say, now do that.
Right.
Right. And that could be somebody I'm directly employed by me, or it could be somebody I can give out to a gig and get a quote for what it's going to get it done.
Yeah, going back to the food delivery, do you really think something like that? So let's say in 10 years, it's pretty common in California, right?
Right.
But in Michigan, with the weather we have here, can you imagine? I just don't see it. Like people have trouble driving in the snow without, you know what I mean? I guess I don't ever see it going completely driverless and automatic in the winter in Michigan or
I think
Minnesota or
cities. I think big cities.
big
absolutely.
cities.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even with snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think,
Definitely not rural. Rural is going to
well,
be difficult.
yeah, when the roads are 55 miles an hour and it's, it's 8 miles down to 55. I mean, although that thing looks like an SUV, I mean, I guess it could do rural.
Correct.
It probably costs you a fortune,
But they're probably going to go very, very slow on cold nights, right?
oh yeah.
But
'cause of the
imagine
battery.
all the other things that they're solving, right? That thing, it can be hot or cold inside. So maybe you can have hot compartment, you can have a cold compartment. So your food isn't going to be super cold when you get it.
That's some big technology that is like it has cold areas and warm areas and stuff.
There you go. It's like
you know who's going to make the most money in this business? Somebody that can figure out how to deliver fries and still keep them crispy.
Absolutely.
It's tough. Even when I go to buy McDonald's or wherever and drive it home.
Right.
I mean, if I'm not eating them on the way home, they're not as fresh as they were 4 minutes ago out of the restaurant.
And so that's why you're eating them on the way
home.
home.
I mean, I got to test them for poison, all the bags for all my kids. So
is that why you stopped doing then Uber Eats then? Because then you had to test everybody else?
Unfortunately, McDonald's seals those bags. I need to find the stickers that they use so I can reseal them. I'm kidding. I
thought you were going to push the button. You're not pushing the button.
Oh, I missed it. I missed my opportunity. So not really kind of gig related. In Russia, there's some hackers caused a massive traffic jam in Moscow using a ride-hailing app. A ride-hailing app called Yandex Taxi to summon dozens of taxis to the same location at the same time. The attack occurred on September 1st and had traffic heading toward, I'm not pronouncing that, already a busy boulevard stuck at a standstill. So yeah, it looks like someone hacked it. Of course, Anonymous claimed responsibility for the jam on Twitter. It says it worked with an IT of Army of Ukraine and loosely organized group of hacktivists. I like that. Hacktivist.
Oh, it's a term. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing it for good. Like you're an activist, but you're a hacker.
Yep.
That Ukraine vice prime minister helped form when Russia first invaded Ukraine. So I kind of like it. It's interesting that it happened. If I don't have the video, but if you find this link, if you play it, well, actually, the screenshot, there's an Uber taxi right in the screenshot, which I thought that was interesting. It's got like a yellow stripe, but then it says Uber on it. But you can't mess with hackers. Everyone wants to tease the nerds, but I'm telling you, when shit hits the fan, you're gonna want those guys behind a computer.
They are definitely
Anonymous declared a cyber war. Oh yeah. Do you remember early that it had claimed hijacked Russian TV channels with footage of war? Because they're doing the propaganda telling them that it's not as bad and they're saving Ukraine, and then they hacked them and put up terrible things on the old TV. But what is even going on with that war? Honestly, it kind of just got out of the news. I mean, I don't watch the news cycle, but
it's definitely still going on.
Of course.
And the problem is it's no longer news, right?
Yeah.
So now it disappeared, and actually it's probably very good for Putin because it's not so much in everybody's eye anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a shame, and it's bad.
I mean, it's how the news cycle works.
But there's definitely still very much going on. A good friend of mine was just in Ukraine and doing some recording and talking to victims, and it's just
really
a
dangerous job.
But he's a videographer, and he did that. He did that for a local religious organization, but so it's just I mean, he was in some. From what I could tell, he was in some areas where it was not so much active war going on right now, but definitely has seen a lot of damage.
Oh,
and it's just what I don't understand is just, and of course we don't understand the reasoning, right? And I don't want to get too political, but what's the purpose of doing it? That's the
power.
Thing, right? Well, it's power, but it's also, unfortunately, probably he wants the resources that is comes with particularly chip manufacturing. I think.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
I
Who
don't
knows,
understand what he thinks he's. I mean, he can do what he's doing right now. Like then everyone in the world just kind of sitting back waiting. But there is going to be a level where a line that he crosses, or like, okay, fuck you, we're going
But
in.
didn't he cross it already? That's the
I mean,
problem. It's like
the problem is you got to be careful with those kind of people. You just got to. It's a fine line that you balance on.
the thing I question though is, does he actually have the support of the Russian people, or is it just because? I mean, he sat there for what, 20 years?
Yeah, I think he does because he's a dictator. He's not a caring leader. He's a dictator. All right,
I know.
we need to get off this before we get kicked off the platform. Go to Upside. Upside. If you haven't heard of Upside, I don't know where you've been. Under a rock. Get it? So Upside is a gas app that you go to the gas station. Before you go, you download their app, and then you turn your location on, and it gives you cents off per gallon. It changes every day, every hour. You never know. Sometimes you can get 3 cents. Sometimes you can get 20 cents. But downloading this app gets you 25 cents off a gallon. And if you add the promo code GigEconomy25, it gets you an additional 25 cents off of your first fill up.
Yep.
So this is not for new people. You know how it is, or for old people that already have the app. You know, it always used to annoy me with cable. Like, they never would give you the deal. They would always give new people the deal. That's so annoying. I hate when companies do that. But anyways, this is what they're doing. So you haven't used Upside now. Now is the time to do it. Download the app and enter all your promo codes, and you get up to 50 cents off your first fill up.
And it's real. You get the money paid out. You can get it out as an Amazon card. You can get it paid out directly to your bank or whatever.
It used to be you could only get like gift cards, and now you can get it right. I have it connected right to my bank. I think I'm up to about $90. Now I've cashed out 60 of it, but when you're driving, when you're doing full-time gig work, that shit fills up quick, fills up or depletes quick.
My local gas station that I get E85 from don't have Upside, unfortunately. But
yeah, in the Grand Rapids market, I would say it's BP's, Sitcos, Marathons. That's about it.
There's one more. No, you're right. You mentioned Marathon. No, you're right.
Yeah, it's
BP and Marathon.
And what's left is I don't know, Circle K. I don't really have any by me. I don't know. But then you got Speedway and Shell. That's basically what's left.
There's the one Circle K downtown that's kind of weird.
It's not that bad.
Oh, I know.
One, I mean, it can be sketch. I mean, are we all excited for the come and go?
I'm not.
I love coming and going. I mean, that's.
Oh my gosh! I am so sorry, guys.
Janet
Jason is in a special mood tonight.
Janet, I will let you know, I got the dad look from Jesper when I said that. He was like, "Come on!" Oh my gosh! So, anyways, please download the app. We would appreciate it, and use our code GigEconomy25 for an additional 25 cents off. All right, Jesper. Did you read this one?
I did.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't, because I didn't.
So this is obviously it's a Gizmodo article. It's from yesterday, but it's a major win for gig workers. Uber agrees to pay New Jersey $100 million for mischaracterizing drivers as contractors. And obviously, this is all about the couple of cities, and of course, in this case, it's New Jersey, but and the same problem. I mean, they're obviously watching it in California. It's the whole thing about, in your area, are you a contract worker or are you an employee? And in this case here in New Jersey, they are employees, and Uber obviously was just kind of skating along, and they lost. So now they are going to be paying $100 million back because they were not doing the employee. Now the big difference here is obviously it's taxes, right? We all know that, and if you're a contract worker, one of the big things obviously is contract workers have to pay both sides of the FICA yourself. Okay.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
My accountant does it, but
so that's one of the big difference. And an employee the employer pays half the FICA and you pay the other FICA, the other half.
Okay.
So that's part of what's going on, part of all these things. And of course, there's other things, more things to it. But anyways, on Tuesday, Uber agreed to pay New Jersey $100 million in back taxes over claims the company misclassified thousands of drivers as independent contractors between 2014 and 2018. That mischaracterization, according to an audit conducted by the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce, may have prevented thousands of workers from being able to receive critical resources like unemployment, disability, and family leave insurance through narrowly focused on New Jersey workers. The payout potentially marks an inflection point for drivers across the country who, for years, has been gig workers and should have been employees. So that's that. They won, and of course, it goes on to saying that it's in this is likely just the first step in many.
Yeah.
Because as we know, obviously, in California,
It's a shit show.
It is a shit show, but gig workers are supposed to be employees and not contract workers. So
Of course.
all that stuff. So
Man, that stuff gets so like muddy. You know, you get the politics involved, and it gets like crazy.
well, but there's so many sides to this, right? Because if you're an employee, can you, the employee, deduct the entire mileage then?
I mean,
I guess I
that's
don't
that
fully
weird.
know. I don't know.
Well, that's the Prop 22 thing. Like in California, like you get money from the companies,
right?
but you're not an employee, and you can still write off mileage. Like it's the balance
but
of.
the thing is though, if your company pays you or reimburses you for your mileage, you're not supposed to claim that as your tax as well.
Oh, I don't know.
You're not. You can't double dip.
No double dipping.
No, because then if the company pays you, then the company gets to deduct the mileage.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So and of course then it's also different state to state. So it's just all these things that are so weird. And so I don't know.
Well,
I still want the freedom of being a contract worker.
Me too. And I think it's just the government wanting their extra tax money. I mean, they're losing out on a lot of that money, and they want it. So
right. Well, but they should still get the taxes though
because if we're paying,
who pays it?
Yeah, but we don't. Do we pay extra Social Security too? Probably, right? I bet we do, because we're technically a business owner. I mean, don't we?
But you pay that no matter what. You pay that yourself. Yeah, you have to pay that yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, but does the company have to pay that too? Like my W-2, do they have to pay part Social Security? Just kind of like FICA.
So. I think that's just you. I think your company pays half FICA.
Okay, that's it.
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a tax attorney.
Yeah, don't take our advice for it.
No, I don't. But please do use somebody who knows, because I tell this story before many times. I've used a tax professional for years.
Me too.
And the first year I started using one, I thought I was gonna have to pay $800 in federal. After she did redid all my taxes, I got $2,000 back.
That's crazy that can happen.
Oh, absolutely, because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, speaking of taxes, you got tomorrow. It needs to be postmarked your quarterly taxes. I already sent mine in there to cash my check. Those efforts.
Well, so again, I don't pay quarterlies.
Hey, I decided this year because I got dinged like almost $3,000, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even. If I get money back, it's great. I don't care. But
it's so interesting. So I work, and this is a little bit of a side
tangent.
A little bit of a tangent.
That's okay.
So in Michigan, if you work, and it could be the same in different states, I don't know, but if you work in a different city as where you live in, you have to pay part in both cities. So
only in Grand Rapids and Walker. That's the only city that does it.
But that's because Granville don't have a city tax.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So Walker, you pay 0.5%, and in Grand Rapids you pay 1%. Right.
Okay.
But here's the thing. So my company has been paying. I have to pay for half the time. I have to pay to Grand Rapids.
Because you're at work.
Yeah, but see, here's what it gets interesting.
Oh, you're working from home.
During the pandemic, I worked from home.
Ah.
Right. So that whole year, I really got all that money back from the city of Grand Rapids, and I had to pay it in for Walker. See, they sent me So they sent me like a letter the other day because I was technically late with all that city taxes from Walker.
Yeah.
They wanted me to do quarterlies next year.
What, for $3.50?
It was like $400, right? But it's like, but because if I couldn't time it, pay it in a timely manner, like this time they were gonna, not charge me the fee, but next
Oh.
time
That's hilarious.
It's because of the pandemic.
It's so funny. Megan, we always get money back from the city of Grand Rapids.
Oh yeah, but this time
It's usually like $7.
Oh yeah, nothing. Yeah,
It's something really low. So that's why I was saying it when they were asking about your quarterlies.
But it was because my company had been taking the wrong amount.
Oh.
Because they really shouldn't have been taking anything from City of Grand Rapids because I worked in Walker all the time.
Yeah.
So I got all that money back. I had been paying in for Grand Rapids.
Okay.
And then I had to pay it into Walker and stuff. So anyway, it was just a funny letter. It's like, what? You want me to pay quarterly?
That is
I'm
strange.
paying every 2 weeks.
That is strange. And it's like not my problem. Let the freaking my boss take care of it. Like
it was just an automatic letter. It was just
stupid.
Okay. I mean, it was just
that's government for you. Undocumented workers protest Uber Eats crackdown. So this is in France. Apparently, basically what's happening through the pandemic, they approved a lot of undocumented workers, which I didn't even know that was a thing. And now they're deactivating them in mass as the workload has become smaller. And he says this guy, his job, he got an email. His job had vanished after 2 years and 11,475 deliveries. His courier account for Uber's food delivery business, Uber Eats, had been deactivated without warning. His main source of income disappeared and his 97% rating became worthless. I was shocked after 2 years of gold service, he said. Again, they don't give a shit about you. There's not even loyalty in regular business nowadays anymore. Like, and that's why you keep seeing the trend on like quiet quitting. Like that's kind of the new thing now. Like you basically just do the bare minimum and then you go home,
right.
Which I'm fine with too. It shouldn't be quiet quitting. That's what you should be required to do anyways. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't go above and beyond because they're not going to either reward you for it or, there's just no loyalty. It's not back in the day when our parents, well, it might have been different in Denmark.
No.
But I mean, like, my dad, he worked for Steelcase for 40 years and towards the end, there wasn't any loyalty and he hated it there. But early on, man, they took care of you. Like they paid you well.
But I think that is also something that's going to have to change because
yes.
So I follow a guy online called Gary V, and
everyone knows. Well, I shouldn't say everyone knows. I love Gary V.
Gary V is great, right? What I love about him is he's constantly talking about positiveness. Okay.
Right.
But what he's also talking about is it's time for the companies to wake the F up. Okay.
He is excited about that.
Well, he is because you have to figure out what makes your employees tick.
Yes.
Okay. That's something he uses a lot. And it's not all money.
No,
it's not all money. It can be, family life. It can be extra time. It can be, I only want to work 4 days a week or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Things are changing. We talk about that. The gig is changing the environment. Is changing this model. Obviously, you're still gonna have employees. They're gonna be there for a considerable amount of time, but the employers has to start waking up and changing. How do they get their employees what they need and what they want?
Right.
It's so important that they're changing that, and that, as you're just saying, employers aren't just careless people that don't care about you, and it's all about the numbers.
Some businesses are.
Oh, they are now. A lot of them are.
Yeah.
But they need to change.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
That trend needs to change.
Yeah,
because
especially people are just going to go elsewhere, which they've seen. Look at all the shortage. You often wonder where everyone's gone. You know what I mean? Like everyone can't get help. Like where's everyone gone? Well, they've decided to do gig work, or they've decided they don't want to put up with someone's shit anymore, and they
just stay home.
And they figured out another way to make money. And so I was going to ask you about Gary V. He swears a lot. Does that bother you? I mean,
it does bother me, but I kind of, The problem I have is, and again, I swear once in a while, I do, and I try to hold back. I think in Gary V's case, somebody actually asked him about the swearing. Okay.
Yeah.
And he says it's because I'm real.
Yeah, I love that.
This is what I am. I'm sorry if it gets in your way, it gets in your way. I can't deal with that. This is what this is me unfiltered. I can't filter it. I think, unfortunately, I think it kind of lessens his message.
See, I disagree.
No, but what I mean is not that I have particularly anything about the swearing. I think there's too many people out there that feels like it makes you look like a jerk.
Yeah.
And so I think because of how he's doing that, and he shouldn't have to change for anybody. That's fine. You don't have to change what you want to do. But I think what comes with that, and he's okay with that, what comes with that is there's some people who can't accept that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those people are going to listen to him.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't care. He doesn't need to.
He doesn't care at all.
Yeah. No.
Right. So, but he is, I mean, I do like Gary Vee, and I like his message about, being positive. And if anybody actually, the other day I saw his a little bit of TikTok about why he loves the number 5. There's so much passion behind that. And so you should go look at that.
All right. Thanks for telling us. We're going to get to John's comment in a minute, but I want to wrap this up. There's a big protest going on. Obviously, they looks like they slowed way down. Couriers are being kicked off. They only grew between 1 and 3% in the last 3 months, leading to June of 2022 compared to last year. So it is slowing down. What is strange to me is why do they allow that in America? The undocumented workers. I mean, there's obviously undocumented workers, but I mean, what does that actually mean? Undocumented workers, meaning like if I was coming from Mexico, right, and I'm undocumented, that means you don't have a Visa card, right?
Well, it means you get paid on the table. And
well, how does that work? I don't think that can happen here. Like, can someone that's undocumented get a car, get a light? Like, can they get all that stuff without document? I mean, I might sound like a boomer.
I think they can.
Yeah,
I think they can easy.
Yeah, I don't know why. It is an issue. What are you looking at? My flag?
Yeah, I am, because I saw that, and I've honestly actually never even seen that it's upside down.
So, Jerry, my flag is upside down because I still love America, but I'm protesting the things that are going on in this country right now. So that's my protest. I didn't want to take the flag down, but that's me saying some of the shit that's going on needs to stop.
Something is upside down.
Yeah, I mean that is a way for people that still love the country and still want to support America saying this is bullshit. So thanks for bringing it up. John McCallion, the truth of the matter is that employees are burnt out, especially after the pandemic. That's why I refuse to go back in sales into W-2 environment. I hear stories from gig workers that they try to go back into the W-2 and they just go back to gig work because they love the flexibility. They don't like a boss. I wonder if there ever is going to be a way that you can like really, really make good money on gig work. I mean, like really good, like 6-figure good without killing your car, without killing you. You know what I mean? Because right now it's just kind of a job. There's no promotion. There's no anything. Yes, you can figure out how to master your market and use the certain buckets at a certain time. But to me, it gets stressful sometimes, especially when I have a budget, but like a goal to hit and I can't hit that. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if that'll ever be that way.
I don't know. And this is dream thing. This is dream talking or whatever in dreaming. I would love to see a model where it all kind of merges together.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't matter so much whether you're an employee or you're a contractor, where everybody is just being treated right. That's
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Unfortunately,
no, it's not, because it's unfortunately that's also. And again, I'm not a socialist or a commie or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. But capitalism is going to, it's gonna be about the money at some point, right?
Well, it always is about the money,
right? And so, unfortunately, that means that in some cases it can't be about always treating the person right. But I don't know. It's a difficult question.
It's a battle. I mean, going back to simplicity, I would love to do gig work full time, but I just don't. Sorry, John. I can't read the comment. John's like, "What has Jesper been smoking?"
Nothing lately. Friday, I'm going to be smoking all day.
These nuts. No, I'm so looking forward to getting back into the flexibility in the gig worker and like, you know what? I'm going to get up and do my workouts in the morning and I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. and do them. Right. I can get up and get the kids on the bus, go do my workout and then do gig work. I'm super excited for that. But do I want to do it all year round? I don't know. So,
but what I'm saying though is why couldn't your day job have the same flexibility as a gig work?
Yeah, I mean,
who? Okay, so you're supposed to work 8 hours a day.
Well, right? There's a limited amount of light, and we have to, for me, like I do lawn fertilization, right?
No, I understand that.
Okay, yes. Well, I thought you're just saying in general.
We can use yours.
Well, it's different for me. Like I can't start lawns before 7, and I can't do them after 7, so I only have 12 hours to get it done. I don't know how much flexibility there is there,
and that's true.
You know what I mean?
That is true, but technically. If you wanted to work Friday and Saturday, Saturday and Sunday, why couldn't you?
I mean, my boss are super religious, so there would be no way as hell that I would work it.
I understand that, but if you take your job, right, and say, why do you have to work? Why do you have to do that job Monday through Friday between 8 and 5? Why does that have to be the case?
I mean, it's true. You could flex around that a little bit.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. If they came to you and say, hey, Jason, I need you to do these 4 routes and I need you to do them between now and 4 months from now, and they all need to be treated averagely 5 times or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't care other than that.
Right.
Then that brings you the flexibility to control your own schedule.
Right. That's true. Mine a little different, but like John brought up, the office jobs can be super flexible as long as you're hitting your. That's why a lot of people aren't going back to the office. They're like, oh, I got to come back. I quit. I'm going to go find a job where I can work from home.
That's the thing. The normal work has to be less about what is it that it has to be the end result and less about the day-to-day minutia.
The minutia, yes.
It can't.
If you're producing results, it doesn't matter if you're wearing a clown suit.
I know.
Like it literally doesn't matter.
Because there's studies out there that says that if you treat your people like that as adults, guess what? They get way more effective.
Yeah. Because they're happier. They're not being micromanaged. Oh man, it's like we're having a TED talk here.
That's my
Anyways, back to this article about undocumented workers. I just was curious if this happens in the United States, which maybe it does. I don't know.
I am convinced this happens a lot in Michigan.
Well, I get it if you're cutting parsley in the field, but to get a driver's license,
picking apples,
or picking apples, whatever. I get that. But when you get a license and all of a sudden I don't know. It just seems strange. But anyways,
we digress.
We digress. Okay. So, this one's yours. Yes, I apologize.
No, that's fine. This is a TikTok. And I actually posted it because I thought it was interesting. It is an app that is not currently in Michigan.
The TaskRabbit's not.
No, it's not in Grand Rapids. It's in Detroit.
Okay.
But it's not in Grand Rapids. But it's kind of interesting. This guy is really maximizing TaskRabbit. So.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of show and go here, but we'll watch it.
What's up, gang? Back with some more content. We're in the one wheel today, man. I've been taking this joint the last 3 days. I said I'm gonna get a car break. But anyways, we getting started, y'all. Taking a cruise on this thing. This thing dangerous as hell, but it's fun, y'all. But like always, we pull up to the location. Y'all know this is the same little 3 discs we had to finish. I had to finish the last one. End up knocking that one out, y'all. Got this job done. Got a happy client, man. That's what it's all about. So we ended with $6,000 last month, and we off to a $400 start this month.
Okay, so when he says we ended, I'm wondering if he has a couple of people working for him.
Well, that's what we don't know, right? He could have.
I mean, it sounds 6,000 in 1 month on TaskRabbit. That seems crazy.
But again, if he has 2 or 3, 4 people that he's got to pay,
Yeah, I mean, no. Yeah, if he has a couple of people working for him, then I totally get it. Is that something that you'd want to do? Like put furniture together?
I wouldn't. I mean, sure.
Okay, I was just curious.
I wouldn't be effective about it. That's the problem. Right?
Oh, you couldn't do it fast?
Oh, no. Well, maybe if I get, really get. See, the thing about this, I mean, the furnace in particular, you got to be careful because you might end up, if you go too fast, you're going to break the furniture.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so you really got to know the trick.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, good for him if he can do 6,000. I read a lot of the comments and they're like, most of my jobs say $12 per job. And he did comment and say that remember we talked about labor, as you do more, you get started paid more. He did comment on that. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know anything about TaskRabbit. So,
if there's anybody who is using TaskRabbit in that market, we'd love to talk to you.
I hate that Grand Rapids is just a secondary market. It just pisses me off. I get offended that we never get anything over here, or when we do, it's way down the line. You know what I mean? There was another one that Steve was talking about that night when we were doing the radio show about a lot of the last mile delivery, and everything was like in Detroit, not Grand Rapids. I'm like, come on, y'all.
It would be interesting to get some stats from labor. We can reach out and see if they can get anything from them. So, because they are growing. That's basically the same thing as TaskRabbit. So,
no, it's not actually. It's totally different.
Okay.
So labor, you're going to
do
companies and doing the work. And TaskRabbit, you're independent. I mean, you're kind of still independent with labor, but you're going to Wendy's and filling potato boxes. I know that was totally random, but for 2 hours. Okay, yep. So it's anyways. So John says Geo in Chicago does TaskRabbit, but he doesn't make any videos more. I don't know who that is. I'm not on YouTube, so I don't even know who that is.
Geo.
Okay, let's see.
Tyler. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you got to use the stupid ass tool that they give you. Damn it. All right, so this is just kind of funny. It's shipped. It says, hi, this is your ship shopper blank. I'm about to begin shopping your order from Target. So-and-so usually does my orders. I'm not sure why I didn't get my preferred shopper. Is it possible for you to drop it still? She could either be not working today or has too many other orders currently, but rest assured I have this order and I will get it done perfectly. I'm texting with her right now. She's waiting for it. Oh, boy. He says, I apologize, but I've already started your order. Cannot drop it. Also paired with another order as part of a bundle. So that would mean I have to drop multiple orders, but rest assured your order will be done by the best of my ability and delivered on time. I have been a full-time shopper for nearly 3 years and know the ins and outs of being a shopper. It looks like you finished my shopping, but my delivery window is 2 to 3 and I ordered milk and yogurt. So I was like, clearly this woman is whatever, but I had to post this comment. This guy's like, just screenshot the address, go back in 2 weeks so it's not obvious, squat down and take a shit on her doorsteps, ring the doorbell and ring the bell, and run as fast as you can. It works every time. Oh, Reddit, you never disappoint. I get it that it's your preferred shopper. And then what's funny is like, why are you texting outside of the app? I mean, that's usually super frowned upon. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Speaking of that, I do kind of have a story. I downloaded a new laundry app in the area. It's called Sudshare.
Sudshare?
Yeah. So, of course, I signed up, went through everything, and there's nobody around doing it. But they are strict on there. The videos, they were like, if you do this, deactivated. If you do this, deactivated. Like, we will close your account. Like, I mean, some of the simplest things that maybe a new washer would, I mean, it is so strict. I'm like, man, I'd be deactivated by the first day. Like, is there not some warning system or something like that? But
wow,
I signed up for it, but it was a nice app. So we'll see. The only reason I knew about it is funny. I was in my local informed group and someone asked about a laundry service and someone said, you should try Sudshare. I'm like, well, son of a bitch, I'm going to look it up. So I downloaded it. So you can try it out. It might be working in your area. It seems to be pretty strict. And I get it. But I mean, like, you have to buy these certain plastic bags that are see-through. You got to label everything. I'm like, shit, you should. I got 3 loads of laundry upstairs that have been stuck in a laundry basket for 4 days. Lose a sock, deactivated. No soap, no soup for you. You're done.
No sock for you.
No sock for you. All right, guys, a couple more stories real quick as we wrap up. Just want to talk about our Patreon. Go to patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast. You get an extra podcast a month, which we do not have one scheduled. Maybe we'll bring some Patreon people on and we'll just have a 30-minute bitch fest about Jesper. After your third month, you get an exclusive piece of merch, and then of course you get the pre-show banter of us. Today we played sounds. We played sound effects. We got this new one. I like the reverb at the end. But anyways, we'd love for you to support us. There's a $5 and a $10 tier. Your financial gift would be greatly appreciated to help move forward the Gig Economy podcast.
So this next one was an app that an online platform that I found just as I was kind of going through it. Gigworker.com. It seems to be more of just a listing of buckets,
like
really,
an aggregate.
Yeah. It didn't seem. First, I was pretty impressed with it, and then as I started searching more, I was not that impressed, to be honest. So there's not that many on there, but it's go to gigworker.com. You can kind of see what's in your area and that kind of stuff. A lot of them is the same ones. Obviously, you have your known ones,
right?
But I mean, so again, I thought it was an interesting concept. We always talking about having multiple buckets of revenue, and if you are looking for more, if you only have one today and you're looking to go full time, well, then that could be a place for you to start to kind of look out what is else is in your area and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna say you could. I just looked up the rideshare guy. If you go to his site too, I mean, he's got best rideshare apps, 100+ ways to make money. He's got a bunch of stuff on here where, don't go to the rideshare guy and get Upside. He's got an Upside ad too. It popped up in front of me while I was at his site. Damn it, Harry. I love him so much. He's the OG, but
use our code, not his.
Yeah, don't use his code. That's so funny. Yeah. He's got best food delivery apps, best delivery cars. So yeah, obviously go to his site. But if you use any of his links that we have, I will never be your friend again. So, anyways,
we will. We'll be you can be our friends.
Seth, you like what that buzzer noise? Confirm. If you confirm yes, I will do it again because I love it too. Anyways, this next article I realized I didn't read. Harry, do you know I met the editor of Harry's podcast at Podcast Movement this year?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did. She was very nice.
Very nice.
Let's see. Looks like in the United States, a trio of lawmakers had launched an assault on the rights of gig workers, proposing a law effectively excluding them and many others who work on demand from the minimum wage and overtime. Well, we don't want the minimum wage and overtime pay. We're fucking independent contractors. All right, this is a bullshit article.
A lot of people want it.
Yeah. The bill entitled Worker Flexibility and Choice Act would permit worker flexibility agreements that exempt employers from providing minimum wage and overtime if they allow workers to turn down work from their firm and pursue work at competing businesses, both essential features of gig work. The proposal reinforces, I should have read this beforehand. The proposal reinforces the alarming narrative that workers must choose between inflexibility and how and when they work and their right to a decent living. God, we just talked about this like 20 minutes ago. In reality, many workers could end up with neither. Earnings in many sectors of the gig economy are already unpredictable and low. Workers for grocery delivery apps in California, for instance, that shared with Human Rights Watch, the opaque algorithms controlling how much they are paid per delivery negatively affects their earnings. Well, yeah, sometimes driving their pay below the local minimum wage. Yeah, that's why you have to do good on your job. Do you want it dumbed down so everyone makes the same? You got to learn your apps.
Right.
I mean, you can make more money. You just have to know how to do it.
I think the problem is, and again, I don't have all the answers.
Of course not. If we did, we'd be a millionaire.
But the problem is people, they want to have, what is it called? They want to have the cake and eat it too, or whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta actually want to do this shit.
Right.
You have to go out. You have to treat it like a job. You have to go out and try to get better at it. You have to find the right areas for you to drive. You have to find the right apps for you to work, because they don't all work for everybody.
No.
I mean, I'm sorry, but yeah, if you're making minimum wage right now, then find something else.
Okay. This is an interesting paragraph. I read it while you were talking. I was listening, though. Gig work may offer less flexibility than workers have been led to believe. A 7-year study of gig workers led by Boston College economist and socialist Julie found that people who depend on gig work to make ends meet were more likely to accept lower pay for the same amount of work. So there's more there, but I want to call it. I agree that some of that is probably true. I think this is where you get the people that are doing 250 orders. They're taking them because they had their rent due at the end of the week, and they're hoping that there's going to be a big tip at the end.
Right.
Okay. They also worked They also work longer hours than those who engage in gig work for extra cash. For these workers, the urgency to accept as many gigs as possible to cobble together a living sharply curtails the freedom to log off as they please. I kind of agree with this.
Right.
U.S. government data indicated that the majority of gig workers are dependent earners. A 2018 survey conducted by the Bureau of Labor Statistics found that 69% of people working for rideshare delivery and other digital labor platforms worked full-time hours. So what do you think about that? Do you think that if someone's doing full-time gig, they kind of do lose that flexibility, or it's still there? I think it's kind of still there.
The flexibility is still there.
Yeah, I mean, you can decide, okay, I'm going to work 12 hours a day. I'm going to start at midnight and work till noon, or I'm going to start at noon and work till midnight. The flexibility is still there.
It's the people who, and again, this is where it gets difficult too, because it's the people who are way too tight. That's the problem. The people who absolutely need that income this Friday because they have that one bill.
Yeah.
Okay. It's that people. It's those people. Because if you have a little bit of extra and you have some, you don't absolutely 100% need this one.
Right.
And you have time to make the choice to be out there and be effective.
Right. I'm of the opinion, if you can't make it in gig work, then maybe you should have a W-2 and then do gig work on the side to get a little extra in savings and then go back to gig work.
So Tyler says something that is probably unfortunately true, right? Flexibility is there, intelligence is not. And I mean, not that I'm putting people down. I mean,
there's stupid people everywhere.
But it's probably that people do this thinking it's just so super easy. And it's not.
It's not as easy as you think. It is easy to just be stupid and just do whatever. Like, you can turn your phone on, you can take every request you get.
Yes.
You can do that. And it kind of dumbs it down. But if you want to make more money, you got to multi-app. You got to work those apps. You just got to work them to the bone.
And and what John is also saying, you got to tighten that budget. And you have
That's tough. I'm terrible with budgets.
No, it's tough, yes. But you got to give yourself some freedom to be able to take advantage of the flexibility.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, it is true. Boy, we brought down the room. Let's bring it back with Seth's favorite button. See, this way, if I'm gassy, I can let one rip while that's playing.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Last one, we'll wrap it up with some weirdo cookie guy, and then we'll call it a day.
Your cookies.
Yeah, here we talked about cookies earlier. All right, here we go. Basically, this guy is an Amazon delivery driver, and he wanted cookies.
When this delivery driver went to drop off a package, he got excited when he saw this cookie sign from the road, but then realized there wasn't any.
Where's the cookies? You know, I saw this and I got super stoked. I was like, oh, shit. There's cookies. There's no cookies out here. That is false advertising and I don't appreciate it.
The next time he stopped by, the homeowners actually had...
I don't know.
When this delivery driver went to drop off a package, he got excited when he saw this cookie sign from the road, but then realized there wasn't any.
Where's the cookies? You know, I saw this and I got super stoked. I was like, oh, shit. There's cookies. There's no cookies out here. That is false advertising and I don't appreciate it.
The next time he stopped by, the homeowners actually had cookies for him by the front door, and this is how he picked them up.
Okay. That was so weird, y'all. The audio was playing and then it just stopped on our end. But anyways, I actually put out snacks for my delivery drivers. It's in the garage and they have the key to get in. They do the little keyless entry. They put my package on the table and there's snacks and sodies.
It's very interesting. Speaking of key, one thing I have noticed, and it's probably going to come to our market soon, but last time I was out driving, I had 5 people that asked for the pin on Uber.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about that.
It's more and more people now. It comes up and it just says, "Hey, John entered your car. Please ask for his pin."
I think it's just a security feature.
Oh, it totally
when I
is.
first saw that pin, though, that was on deliveries where the
Yep.
person was shady and said they didn't get their delivery.
Sure.
But do you think that the rider has activated that pin for a
No,
safety
I don't
feature?
think. No, I think it's just something that's coming because I had one person said, "What do you mean pin?" Yeah, I said in your app you'll have a pin, and he went in there. Oh yeah, I can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it gets turned on automatically.
I wonder why. I wonder why that's a thing, though. I don't know.
I think it is just maybe it's a feature that they're testing, that's something new or whatever. But it's a secure. I think it's people.
It's safety.
It's definitely safety, but it's also to overcome somebody paying for somebody else's ride. Somebody.
Yeah, but you can
stealing
get
somebody
around that,
else's
but
ride.
say, hey, tell me the pin. You text your friend and
Oh,
say,
sure.
you
Yeah.
can get around that. Didn't that kind of come around? Remember that gal that got killed in North Carolina or South
Maybe
Carolina?
that's what it is.
And maybe they're just starting to implement. I don't know. It's crazy.
But yeah, I've had, last time I was out driving, I had 5 or 6 with the
That's
pin.
quite a bit.
I know.
Because you've never even had that before, have you?
No.
So that was like the first day that happened?
Well, I had one the week before.
Okay.
And they were on visit. They normally drive in Chicago market. So I thought it was it was just a thing in the bigger cities.
Okay.
But this time it was definitely several, Grand Rapids people too.
That's crazy. Well, guys, thank you so much for the show. If you are in the market, or maybe if you're out of market and you want to drive to Grand Rapids or fly or whatever, I mean, I wouldn't probably fly unless you really want to see Jesper's smoked meats. But we are doing a giveaway, probably an Amazon gift card. If you are a Patreon person, you get 2 entries because that's how we roll. So
that's how we roll.
So if you sign up between now and Friday, even if you're not in the market, you get put in the drawing as a Patreon.
Twice.
No, maybe we shouldn't do it twice. I'm thinking on my feet.
Well, you have to be at the picnic. If you're at the picnic
and a Patreon member,
you get 2 entries.
Okay, that's fair. I'm doing it on the fly. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. John, Tyler, thank you. Seth, I love you. Thanks for that. One more time for Seth. Jerry, love you. Thanks for stopping in.
Thanks, everybody.
Tom, Omar, are you going to be at the show? He's probably still not listening. The show, not the show, but
big night
at the picnic. But anyways, guys, love you. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.